your next comedian. She's a great friend, lovely person, and really a funny comic. So please give it up for Kathy Neville Browne.
I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and this sexy, muscled, tattooed guy behind the counter looked at me and said, "What would you like, dear?" I was so flattered that he called me dear. I mean, instead of ma'am, you know, like I was his grandmother or something. So I told him, what I'd like is for you to slap me on the ass and call me a bitch. He said, "That's what you want?" I said, "Yeah, that and a medium cold brew. 2 sugars. So then I went to hand him a discount coupon. He said, "Oh, you don't need that. I already gave you the senior discount." I was like, "I am not 65. He said, "Oh, I know that. It's 55 here." You know, this aging thing is no picnic. I looked in the mirror this morning and I noticed that the right side of my mouth is lower than the left. I mean, how does that happen? And then it hit me. Too many blowjobs. Yep, because all those guys were like hanging to the left. I cannot afford any more damage to this face, so blowjobs are officially off the menu. I have 2 sons, and now that the oldest is 29, I feel like we are really bonding. I drove him to work the other day, and this gorgeous woman jogged across the street in front of us. Well, we both just stopped and stared. He looked at her, and he said, "Sweet ass." And I said, "Oh, that's tight, all of it." I mean, we're like this now. That same 29-year-old lives with me. He came down to dinner the other night with no shirt on. So I asked him to put on a t-shirt, but he just ignored me and kept eating his dinner. So I took off my shirt. When I reached for my bra strap, he ran upstairs. Came back down fully dressed. I said, "Oh, sweetheart, thank you, but you can take off the scarf, the tie, the down vest, the sport jacket. You know we don't play strip poker at dinner. And besides, with all these earrings, I always win. And don't forget, there are 2 piercings you never want to see." I also have a teenage son who lives with me. And I was cleaning the bathroom the other day. At the base of the toilet, I saw a tiny puddle of pee and a little piece of pizza. How does that happen? Was he standing there with a slice in one hand and his dick in the other? We had pizza for dinner last night. He offered to hand me a slice. I'm like, no, thank you. So now that the pandemic is winding down, I started dating. Told a friend that on my Match.com I wrote her a text, but I forgot to proofread it. So it said, "Hey Nancy, wish you luck. I'm back on Snatch.com." Thank you, autocorrect. But I do remember the last time I dated a 30-year-old. He had roommates and I had kids. So we ended up one night in a car in a park after dark. Who knew that in New York State, that's a Class A misdemeanor? You know, 2 months later, fast forward, I'm in court and they're about to set a trial, and the judge stops and just looks at me and starts laughing. And he says, "You in a car in a park after dark with a 30-year-old? I don't believe it, no jury ever will. Case dismissed." You guys have been great. Thank you so much.